We've just successfully tied up alongside. Kirsten's just turning her motor off rather, and it was a little bit tricky. This is a beautiful Hobart. This is Jackie, the owner of the Hobart, and Alex is down the back there filming. We're very grateful because we don't have a rib. Yes, and so we anchored, and Kirsten's had to come in, drop the sails. She crossed the line at about exactly 35 minutes ago, so got another hour or something minimum to have a chat and then see what she wants to do. And it's a little bit lumpy here, but we're sort of set up reasonably well, not drifting around too much because there's a bit of a breeze, and yeah, it's good to be here anyway. So people on the beach there. It's a beautiful day here. The wind's just started to die down now. All the white caps are dropping, and as we were saying before, the breeze is going to stop. So, that's Sandy probably. Thanks for coming. Oh, that's Sandy and Co. Yeah, there's a few Sandys here. Avalish's manager, and some other fans of Kirsten, obviously. But it's hard to get boats here, so we're sort of stuck. We're on an island to ourselves. Anyway. How you feeling?
Yeah, good. Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
What a Christmas.
I know. Yeah, exactly. So you look fantastic coming in.
Oh, cool.
And I know you smile a lot, but you didn't stop smiling since you got here.
Oh no, I'm in a great mood. And this place is stunning. I'm just mind blown by how beautiful it is here, and these eucalyptus forests and everything. So should I come a bit closer?
No, that's okay. Yeah. So no, it's and the boat looks great. I love seeing. That's the first time I've seen you flying those twins.
Okay,
they look fantastic.
Yeah, they're pretty cool, and that's one configuration. But if it's if the man's giving trouble, you just get rid of the man and put the other one out with the pole.
Yeah. No, that's great. So you look fit and healthy.
I'm feeling fit and healthy.
Yeah, you look it, and always good to see what was happening. Did you? Obviously, I told you on the radio. I mean, Simon left about 2 o'clock yesterday.
Okay.
And Avalish is about 150 miles away. He's probably a bit closer now.
Okay.
Pouring down the back, and then it's Michael Goog.
All right.
He's about 3-4 days behind that. Then Jeremy, I'm not sure how much you've been on the radio anyway.
A little, I haven't really asked their positions much, but so the fleet's pretty close actually, eh?
Absolutely, because you got the weather and went around the high, and Simon got stuck in the middle.
Oh, that was lucky for me.
He lost like 500 miles in a few days.
Oh wow, okay. Well, he might make it up again. So.
Well, anyway, he took off pretty clean. So he's probably about 120 miles out now, or something, maybe a bit more.
Right.
So anyway, and I've got to tell you, the onboard footage from Cape Town leg, people love it.
Oh, do they?
You've got a huge following.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's worth it. If people like it, then it's worth the effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's living your dream, which is really cool. So, and so what's your feeling from Cape Town to here? Like, how was it overall?
Overall, it was really good. I had a few highs and getting stuck that got on my nerves, but otherwise it was actually an easy sail, to be honest, for Indian Ocean standards.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, the weather, as you know, the big numbers have been caught down south, so it's not been huge storms.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice.
It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been really nice sailing. It was really, really pleasant sailing. So.
Yeah, that's good. And so obviously the boat looks good. Is it good?
It's good.
Yeah.
I don't have any issues. Minor things, a little bit of chafe here and stuff like that, but standard wear really, so everything's good.
Yeah, good to hear. And dry down below still?
It's a bit damp. I've got a bit of water leaking in through the mast base there, and it drips on my pillow and on my sleeping bag, so that's a bit of a nuisance, but it's really just a minor nuisance. And then I have a little bit leaking in through that hatch, but that doesn't matter because it just sails up front there, so they get a bit wet. But that's it.
Now, I know you're enjoying the navigation and everything. How's your sextant looking? Is it still surviving?
It's still surviving. I take a lot of care every time it gets sprayed to get as much of the salt water off it as I can.
Yeah.
So far so good. It managed to get me here. So.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever asked you. Your sextant has a story?
Yes, a friend of mine in Maine, Knight Coolidge, gave me that sextant.
Yeah.
So and he's an old school navigator racer. So
Yeah.
it's one of the sextants that he used,
Yeah.
and that's pretty cool. So,
Yeah. And you got a backup as well?
and I have a backup as well. That was a woman in California whose friend actually passed away, and she asked me whether I'd like that person sextant. So
Yeah, cool.
yeah.
So you've got a huge number of people in Nova Scotia, back up on the island, that were still could be looking at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning on Christmas morning. I'm not sure how many, but they'll watch the replay.
Yeah, no, they're a great bunch, the PE Islanders. I think a lot of them, because there were a lot of them that helped me refit this boat to the standard that it's been refitted. So
Yeah. How's the non-skid on the deck?
it's good. It's really good. This is kiwi grip here, and
Yeah.
this is just got those little micro granules in it with the orange paint, which is not as good as the kiwi grip. So I'm happy with the non-skid.
Yeah, it looks pretty vicious, but it's obviously soft.
It doesn't graze one way.
Does its job, yeah.
It does its job.
Yeah, too true. So, and your food and everything, you're still happy? You're enjoying the food, or is it getting?
Yeah, I'm actually quite enjoying it. I've got my routine of what I eat, but I didn't take enough coffee, which really irritates me, because I like my cup of coffee in the morning, but it's not going to break the trip.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. And so the whole experience in the southern, this was one of the 2 serious parts of the Southern Ocean. You're an amazing sailor. You've done a lot of high latitude sailing, but did you have an expectation of what this one might have been like solo? And did it meet your expectation?
Yeah, it did. I was expecting a little bit more heavy weather, actually, so that's great that I didn't get anything much heavier, because the conditions I had were really just good.
Yeah.
But I was expecting at least one big blow, so I'm glad that one didn't come through on this leg, but there's a long way to go still. So
I know you had the horror shows with the calms, but what was the biggest weather you had on this trip, do you think?
if it was touching on the 35s, 40s, that's it. So it was minimal.
That's good. It's similar to Simon. He was the same. He was
Okay,
surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really had nothing big at all, and it was really pleasant sailing, because the nice southwesterly swell was pushing through and really pushing a little bit of speed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was good.
And so, what about your hands? Like, your hands are doing okay still?
Oh yeah, no, they're fine.
Yeah.
I don't have any salt sores or anything
Yeah.
like that. So,
Yeah, that's cool. So, a lot of expectations for the next leg, in terms of for everyone, like getting around the Horn and everything. You ready for it? You up for it? How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm up for it. I'm looking forward to it. I must admit, when I come into a beautiful place like this, I kind of wish I could go and explore. So it's going to be a little bit difficult leaving, as it was Cape Town, but it's okay. I'll get back into the groove of it, and then I'll be enjoying myself out on there on my own again.
Yeah. So, and you don't have any jobs to do while you're here? Like, nothing to do?
I did just maybe want to climb up the mast real quick and just
Yeah.
do a quick inspection.
Yeah.
I lost my Windex one morning. I looked up and the Windex was gone, so
You got a spare?
I don't. But
Oh.
I thought I might just go and tie a few little more strands of wool up there,
Yeah.
and that'll do. I mean, it hasn't really bothered me not having one, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
You're one of the few entrants got steps up the mast, so it's a good idea, eh?
I think so. I like being able to get up there really quickly
Yeah.
if I have to, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Are they the aluminium ones or are they synthetic?
They're aluminium.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No,
They're-
that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah. Very cool. So, anything that you're absolutely raving about here? We might have a problem with the mooring. We need a stern line holding her back, because the wind's dropping off now. We might just we need a spring going the other way. Here's one here, Kirsten. We can just something. There's a line here, Kirsten.
Oh, is there?
Yep. You want to just take that. If you run that forward, we just want to stop you. We want to hang on. We want to pull you back. A bit of live action here. Sorry. So if you drop that on, I'll pull it on this bollard here. Okay. Oh, you're right. Oh, you just drop it on your somewhere up there, and we'll pull it up from here. Just hang on to that, Jen. Okay. Pull you back a bit. Okay. Yeah, the wind drops off, and then that's about it, I think. Yeah.
better. This is primarily a sea breeze.
Oh, okay. It's going to drop off again, eh? Okay.
Yeah, so you don't want to stay too long maybe. Even though it's on the nose, you might be able to reach a bit. It could go quiet from about 8 o'clock.
All right.
So
Okay. Do a bit of bobbing out there.
yeah, just so you know, you came in at 25 so you've got 45 minutes left.
Okay.
But I mean, we don't want to get rid of you, if you want to go. Just a timeline. I know you're after Simon, but So how's your racing mode? Is it still a personal thing, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of on and off. I have moments when I'm just enjoying myself and I'm not too fussed about what position I'm in, and then the other moments where I'm like, no, this is I want to race and I want to catch Simon and win.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's actually the predominant one. So,
Yeah, exactly. Well, Simon's the same, so don't feel bad about it. He's trying to get away from you as fast as he can.
Right.
So anyway, I'm not sure about Abelis yet. We'll find out in a couple of days. He might be in late tomorrow or something.
I think he plays it down a bit. He's like, I don't care, but I think he's pushing.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question. Yeah, I'm not racing. Sure. Anyway, that's cool. All right, and so any frightening moments or some big surprises in this last leg? Like something that was whoop.
No, not really.
No?
Eh?
Okay, so what about the biggest high? What was the highlight for this one?
Well, coming in here was certainly one highlight. Coming into Cape Town was kind of strange. Actually, going out of Cape Town was quite strange because I went too close inshore and I didn't have wind, but I had whales around me all night and they were surfacing so close I could have leaned over and touched them. So that was really special.
Yeah.
And then actually just 2 days ago when I didn't have wind, I stopped and I was standing on the stern and I thought, it's a nice day to have a swim.
Yeah.
Just as I was thinking that, a little shark came up.
Okay.
Just a little one, like he was probably only up to my neck, but then I thought I'll just stay and watch the shark from the stern.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I forgot to mention right at the start of this, because there's a lot of French people following, a huge amount, right? And I meant to tell them, get you to tell them in French, you'll say something in French about what's going on. So you up for that? Just have a bit of a chat about everything and anything. You can go as long and short as you want.
Okay, sure.
Because there's a lot of people watching.
All right. Ok, donc me voilà à Hobart. C'est exceptionnellement joli ici. Ça m'a vraiment plu de m'approcher de la terre ici. Et sinon, on a causé un peu là des conditions pendant la traversée de l'océan Indien. Et j'ai eu des bonnes conditions. J'ai pas eu des grosses tempêtes. J'ai vraiment pas eu plus que 35 ou 40 nœuds de vent. Et j'ai eu des jours de navigation magnifiques. Et j'ai aussi vu pas mal d'animaux. Par exemple, il y a 2 jours, j'ai vu un petit requin tout près du bateau quand j'avais pétrole, donc le bateau ne bougeait pas. Mais oui, en général, cette traversée de l'Indien a été... Oui, ça m'a plu. Et il faut voir ce que le Pacifique va donner.
That's it? That's it? Okay. You probably interested to know you're going to go something like 30,000 views on your onboard footage from Cape Town. Or Lanzarote to Cape Town.
All right.
And a lot of French chatter about you, which is really cool. Not many women speak. And the which?
And the Finnish.
Oh, and the Finnish as well. Yeah, obviously because of what happened with Tapio. So that was really quite something.
Yeah, that was. It was quite a shock to get that message saying Tapio's boat is gone, sunk.
Yeah.
So once I started heading for him, I went as quickly as I possibly could because I can't imagine sitting in a little life raft on the southern Indian Ocean. But I must say one thing that really surprised me when I got to Tapio, and even when we were talking on the radio, he was extremely positive.
Yeah.
He was really positive, and when he came aboard he was joking. He still said, I should scrape a few barnacles off your stern while I'm sitting in the life raft here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it was an eye-opener to see someone who's so positive, who's just lost the whole boat and everything
Yeah,
on it.
absolutely. Still, it was amazing what you did. I mean, it was quite incredible. So thank you.
Oh, well,
From a lot of people.
anyone would have done it for anyone. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's still a mystery why the boat sank, and Tapio's home now. I think you probably knew we'd sent Messie's back there with family, big Christmas and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad he's safe. I guess it's quite an experience to process.
Yeah, it's a bit much for all of us, but anyway, it's kind of sad. We've, as you know, we've lost a lot of entrants, retired and everything. I think you're up to speed on all the story. Because you're on the radio, you know.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So Elliot's heading for Fremantle, I heard.
They're building a bowsprit for him now.
Okay.
And it may be Albany, if he can do a quick turnaround. It's still up in the air, but he's still trying. It's a sad story, but you know the deal.
Got to admire his tenacity and trying.
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
absolutely. So that's all good. And how's the water situation?
Oh, it's pretty good. I didn't get as much water as I wanted or thought I might in the Indian, but to be honest, I've got plenty of water.
Yeah.
I've got one 200-litre tank. I haven't even touched it yet, and the other one's half full. So I've got enough to get me to the tropics if I need to.
You're thanks for the letter you gave me as well.
Oh no,
you're a prolific writer. A few people got some very fantastic letters, so we're assuming. Oh, that's your. This is if they weren't, if you weren't alongside these guys, they meet all the boats, they meet everyone, and have a flyby show,
Oh, that's fact, brilliant.
And in fact, Jackie and Alex met all the boats in 2018, and they were here for Captain Coconut when he came through. So
wow,
bit of an institution, this lot. So, all good.
Oh, that's funny. I'm going to remember that.
Yeah. Anyway, all fun. So the solar panels hanging out okay?
Yeah, they're fine. I only have to drop my Wattency in if I've had multiple days of no sun.
Yeah.
So honestly, I put it in once every 2 or 3 weeks. For the rest, the panels keep my batteries up.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. And that's sort of like a mobile installation, those 3 on the life raft?
These are the 2 on the side, they're fixed because the life raft would just pop up between them, but the one on top is a mobile, so I could move that around if I had to.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so everything's good with the rig, and so you're going to be on the way home now?
Yeah,
Is that a different feeling, or to the end of the race, so not home to Cape Town?
I think it will be a different feeling because Cape Town was difficult because it was home and my folks were there in the Zodiac, and I just I wanted to go and give them a hug and say hello properly. So I suspect it's going to be a little bit easier leaving here, and it's going to kind of feel like the home run.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So how many times have you been round Cape Horn already?
Well, I haven't really been ever
but you know
around
what I mean?
it.
Like you've seen it, you know it.
Yeah,
really well.
I mean, we used to go and putt about there.
Have you landed there before?
Yeah, I've landed there before.
Yeah.
And I mean, we'd pass it coming back from Antarctica or going to Antarctica. So, but yeah, I haven't ever, doubled it as in going from the Pacific and then into the Atlantic. So that's going to be a first proper rounding of the Cape Horn.
Yeah.
If I make it, knock on wood.
Touch wood. Yep. So are you a visualising type person? Sometimes visualising what it'd be like to do it by yourself all the way around. Is that something you thought about when you used to go to Cape Horn?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess I did think about it because running charters there and going when the weather's nice and then landing there and going and speaking to the lighthouse keeper is different than, it's going to be what it's going to be when you get there, and it could be stormy, it could be nice, there might be zero visibility, and with the sextant, it's a whole different kettle of fish there.
Yeah, you vocalised that a bit in the letter you wrote me, how different it was, being without GPS and all that sort of thing. And actually using a lighthouse, for instance, for a change, and can you explain a bit of that, like your sense of feeling of the GGR? Yeah,
well, that's an aspect I really enjoy, is the celestial navigation. It's obviously sometimes the difficult part is landfalls. Like even yesterday, I had really nice wind approaching. I had like 25 knots, but it was raining and it was cloudy, so I really only saw land about maybe 10 miles, 12 miles before, 12 miles away from land I spotted it, because suddenly the clouds cleared away. So you land up thinking a lot more about things. Like, for example, I purposely went further north so that I wouldn't miss it, because I don't use my trailing log all the time, because I've only got one propeller left, and my DR isn't always perfect. So you kind of think, how are you going to balance out those type of errors, and you're more observant and you plan things long in advance, and it's good. I enjoy it. It's,
And your absorption of the weather, not having to sit on a screen getting the weather and things like that. You also mentioned how that had a sense of achievement or just a different feel for the weather.
yeah, it does. For example, you'll start working out where's the low with respect to me, and how soon can I expect it to pass? When's the wind going to shift? What are the clouds doing? Watching the barometer all the time, because it really matters. It's not because the grid file said so.
Yeah, you put it all together. You did a brilliant job coming in here. It was completely dead all up along the edge of Bruni, and you went out wide to come across to the bottom of Storm Bay and then sort of turned right with the wind shift. It was as if you knew exactly what to do.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of the time I go where I can go. For example, I went out like that because it was slightly sailable wind. I could get Minnehaha on an angle that she was actually moving.
Yeah.
And I thought I'm just going to go as close as I can inshore and maybe I get a land breeze. But before I actually did, the wind shifted and then I tacked over. So a lot of it's just figuring it out as you're going along. I mean, 99%.
Yeah, you did a brilliant job. You nearly caught us, actually. we rushed to get here, but we just got here. So that's cool. Hey, listen, just if I was Ada sitting here, and she says hello, by the way, but she can't get here, she would probably say, hey, she'd ask you the same question about how you're feeling with the weather and celestial navigation and no GPS and all that sort of stuff. Do you want to try and verbalise that in French?
All right, sure. Ok, donc un aspect que j'aime vraiment beaucoup de cette course est la navigation avec le sextant et sans GPS, parce que ça fait que c'est beaucoup plus intéressant. C'est un challenge, mais il faut réfléchir beaucoup à l'avance. Par exemple, quand on s'approche de la Terre, il faut penser au fait que peut-être il y a une erreur. Et il ne faut pas rater la Terre. Donc, par exemple, moi, je me suis approchée un peu plus au nord de la Tasmanie, parce que comme ça, je n'aurais pas raté la Terre. Sinon, j'aime aussi pas tout le temps savoir la météo exacte, comme dans les fichiers GRIB. Parce que c'est plus intéressant, on est obligé de regarder tout ce qui se passe autour de soi, le baromètre, les nuages, la houle, toutes ces choses comme ça. Et on a appris ces choses comme navigateur ou navigatrice, mais on n'utilise pas toujours quand on a un écran avec toutes les réponses. Donc ça me plaît vraiment. C'est un aspect qui me plaît.
Okay, one more French question, then you'll answer it in English after. How much do you love your boat and why?
Ok, donc Don m'a demandé combien j'aime mon bateau et pourquoi. Bon, moi, j'aime beaucoup mon bateau. Pour moi, mon bateau a une âme. Et il prend soin de moi, il porte ma vie en mer. Et j'essaie de mon mieux de prendre soin de mon bateau. Il a une personnalité, quoi. Et c'est pas un bateau Monsieur Tout le Monde, pas du tout. Ce bateau, c'est spécial. Et je l'aime vraiment beaucoup. Et j'ai confiance en ce bateau. Il est costaud, il est élégant et il est assez rapide. Et voilà. Okay.
English.
I really do like my boat because she's elegant, she's fast, she's strong, she's comfortable, and I put so much work into her. I used to sit in PEI till 2-3 in the morning working on this boat, and just a whole lot of good energy went into the boat. So I really like it. I feel safe on the boat. Yeah, she's a special boat, and I remember Jean-Luc saying that his boat was a bateau Monsieur Tout le Monde, which is like Mr. Everyone kind of boat. Well, mine is not a Mr. Everyone kind of boat. She's a unique boat, and she has I feel like she's got her own personality. Sometimes she tells me where she wants to go, like she'll say, now I'm in my groove, we're heading on this course, whether you like it or not, then I have to listen to my boat.
Yeah. And you make it very clear in your videos that your favourite place is up on the bow.
Oh, I love it, yeah.
In any weather, any time? Describe some of the experiences up on the bow.
I mean, I tend to go up onto the bow in any weather for one reason, is I always go and check that my furling line isn't chafing.
Oh, yeah.
So if I've just reefed because the weather's getting gnarly, I'll still go up on and check there. But I just I love going up there if there's a nice sunset and you can see the boat really ploughing her way through the water and everything. And you get the aspect of the boat, so it's a cool spot.
It's interesting. You talk about the bow ploughing through the water. You've got a slime line on the bow, right where your bow wave is. It's very unusual because a yacht tends to not do that. It rides up and over, but you've got like a clipper bow wave. It's quite unique. It's the first thing that hit me. Said, "Wow, you've got slime on the bow." So you've always got bone in her teeth, sort of thing. It's quite different. Yeah.
That's really interesting. I mean, I wasn't sure. I've not seen a slime line before, but then I've not been at sea for this amount of time.
It's obviously it's ploughing, but it's like it's lifting the bow probably. Maybe that's one of the secrets as well.
Yeah, well, I spoke to a fellow who they called the Professor of Cape Georges.
Yeah.
He built his own, and he said to me, these boats they've got a lot of buoyancy in their bow.
Yeah.
So
it's obvious. You've always got a bow. You got a bone in her teeth all the time, and there's slime on the bow. It's very unusual.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Very, very classic boat. Okay, so what's the game plan when you get out of here to get to the Horn fast?
I guess so. Yeah, fast but safe. I've had a few moments where I thought I should push a bit harder, and then I get the spinner cap and the thing just flogs itself or whatever. Then I'm like, no. The other voice was saying, it's all right. We're doing a good speed, so it's always kind of a balance between how hard are you going to push it and just be safe and comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. So, and tell me, how did you get to speak Finnish?
I used to actually speak Finnish. I've forgotten most of it, but when I was 19, 20, I went to Finland. I wanted to see something Arctic. I wanted to go above the Arctic Circle. I wanted to see ice, snow, and I had a very good friend who lived there, and I went there and I kind of got stuck there, and I landed up training huskies and spending time in Lapland, and then I kind of was in Finland on and off for 1.5, 2 years, and the Laplanders don't speak much for starters, but they certainly don't speak much English. So if you wanted to have a conversation and understand the culture, it was necessary to learn the language. And I had a much younger, probably faster brain then as well, so I picked it up.
You better say hello. I'm sure there's a heap of Finnish people who are going to be watching this. They probably speak English too, but you better just say g'day.
Hey, suomalaiset. Ja hyvää joulua ja mitä muuta minä voin sanoa.
I'm sure Tapio will be watching.
And Tapio, hyvää joulua.
Yeah, we're all thinking of Tapio. Anyway, yeah, that's cool. All right, so anything else you want to get across to your fans? And there's a lot of them, I've got to tell you.
I just want to say thanks to the fans. For example, there were the boats that came in to say hello today as I was coming in.
The guy down here.
Oh, hello!
Just put him on the thing.
Thank you.
Thanks for the presents.
Thank you. It's good to be here. What a memorable Christmas.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh yeah.
I got out here.
Oh, very nice of you to swim out and say hello. How's the water?
It's not bad actually.
Is it quite warm?
Yeah, I thought, I wouldn't say warm. Seems good.
Okay.
Yeah, lovely to see you.
Oh, very cool. Thank you. That's encouraging.
Yeah.
It's I kind of marvel at it, and it's really encouraging. So I want to say thanks to the fans, and I want to wish them all a really, really good upcoming year.
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah, it's. Do you ever get on the BBC or listen to World Service, see what's the crazy things going on in the world?
Nah.
Yeah, good idea. That's cool. All right, so that's all fantastic. So we wish you well. I think that's probably about it, eh? Anything you want to ask, Jane?
No, Rob family send their love.
Who's?
Rob.
Rob.
From South Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Rob.
Rob Borman.
Oh, yeah. Lovely. Okay, thank you.
He'll be
Thanks,
watching.
Rob and Holly and Melanie and Jake. Wishing you a good Christmas and a and a good new year.
Yeah. All right. So we'll leave it till we might do another live because Kirsten's alongside us as she's about to leave when she's going. We might do a live and just follow you out or something just a little bit when you get going.
So I'll just climb up there like a monkey quick and check
Absolutely.
that everything's cool.
Yep. We've still got to wait. You got 55 minutes left yet.
Oh right.
So that's cool.
Chill a
Plenty
bit.
of time. Yeah. Is that no? That's, hang on. No. Yeah, that's you got 25 minutes left. We're not kicking you out, but technically you can cross the line in 25 minutes. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Just a question. Tapio left his little comms box on board. Would you like me to give it to you now?
No, we can't. Is it in the way?
It's not in the way.
No, hang on to it. We're not supposed to take anything. We're under quarantine and customs and stuff like that.
Right.
We can we're allowed to take the
letters
and
the
films and stuff, which we'll grab in a minute. But the other stuff, best leave it on board.
Yeah, no, it doesn't bother me.
That's cool. You just be on that subject. It was pretty amazing what you did. With Tapio and all that sort of stuff. And you mentioned it took you a while to get over it. Can you, once you got rid of him, can you explain your emotions? What happened?
Yeah, I guess I was kind of mind blown because when I was on my way to go and find him, I wasn't thinking much other than get there as quickly as you can, and I was at the helm all night and pushing the boat as hard as I could. So once he left and I was underway, I had time to start thinking about it, and it just it struck me of how crazy it is that something can happen that quickly. I mean, the way he described, there was no time for much other than grabbing that little box and getting his life raft deployed. So I thought about it, but again, the thing that kept on going through my mind is how positive he was about it all. That's a real character strength.
Typical Tapio. Typical Tapio. All right, well done, and good luck, eh? We'll all be. I'd give you a big shake, big hug, big kiss from everyone. Your thousands of followers and stuff. But we'll look forward to seeing you on the other oceans and stuff. So all very good. Touch wood. Yes. You're doing a great job. Okay.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you the letters and the little card.
Yeah, we'll sign off here anyway and then we can get things done.
Right,
so,
cool.
Sounds good. Okay, that's it. So, amazing lady, eh? Okay, bye-bye. We'll be back again in another half an hour or so.